Joining us now in studio is Tom Djokovic. Tom's the CEO of XsunX Incorporated. XSNX is their stock symbol. Tom, always good to see you.
Great to be back, Don. Thanks.
Now, of course, you're in the solar installation industry in Southern California, both commercial and residential. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, John, it's a great space because solar is so advantageous. It's so economically advantageous for customers. That's why I get a little irritated when I see this occasionally, this mantra in publications where people are repeating things without ever really checking the facts. I mean, it's so economical. To give you an idea that, we track the average cost of electricity for customers before we install solar. And believe it or not, in residential, it's about 24 cents a kilowatt hour if you're an upper tier user. That's your total average between your low rates and your high rates. And so Edison really knows what they're doing. No matter which rate structure you move around into, you're always paying around 24 cents. If you install a solar system, it's typically less than 8 cents. So it's about 4 times less, about 400% less for solar. And it literally, stuff pays for itself typically in 3 to 5 years. On the commercial level as well. On commercial, your cost can be well under 4 cents a kilowatt hour, and they're paying on an average of 16 cents or higher. So it's very economical. It's a fabulous investment, and we're seeing more and more people moving in that direction.
Now, you and I had a conversation before going on the air where you mentioned you've kind of reconfigured your financial projections for your clients, and you were able to come up with what you said and I thought were some pretty interesting insights. Why don't you share that with us?
Oh, well, Don, I touched on some of those just briefly right now, and that was the fact that your amortized cost of owning a solar system over 25 years, all right, starts off on day one typically about 400% less than what the utility charges you. And on average, over a 25-year period, you're looking at somewhere between 600 to 700% less for your electrical costs. In a home, that adds up to tens of thousands of dollars. And in majority of the businesses that we work with, that could add up to millions of dollars. And it's literally, it's like having an oil well on your roof, and the sun's free. You just got to capture it, put it to use, and take that residual, like free cash, put it to work doing something else rather than going to the utility. And we're seeing more and more customers adopting that program.
Well, I can remember in Southern California when the utility companies went to the smart meters, and everybody's monthly cost just kind of jumped. So it was smart for the utility companies, not very smart for the customers. But basically, when you take on solar, when you adopt solar in let's talk about residential.
Okay.
When you adopt solar in a residential situation, what you're really doing is, because you're buying the system, you're kind of prepaying for electricity. You're going to pay for that system 4 or 5 years or so. Once the system is paid for, the power is essentially free.
Oh, absolutely. Other than occasional washing, once a year, twice a year max. It's essentially free. The systems have been around for decades. They get better all the time. They work flawlessly. And literally, like you said, you take those solar savings, you take that $300 bill, it becomes a $50 bill now, and use that difference to simply purchase your solar system. So you're building net asset value, increasing the value of your home, not sending that cash to utility anymore. 3 to 5 years, it's paid off. Like you said, it's virtually free after that.
What's really remarkable, though, is because you've been able to show people with your financial projections that even with the payments on the system, those payments might actually, in many cases, be less than what they're paying for power right now.
Typically, it really kind of depends on it's site-specific, customer-specific. We've seen deals where even with the loan payments, the customer is still saving about 40%.
Wow.
And in other deals, it's right at 100. It's right at even. They were spending $1,200 or $300. With loan and residual utility payment, it's still $1,200 or $300, whatever it was before. But the bottom line is it's not just going to the utility anymore.
Right.
A portion of that's going into your pocket every month because you're buying your own asset, your own oil well on your roof.
You're exactly right. And of course, if you are a residential homeowner, of course, having a solar system can only add to your property value.
Absolutely.
Once again, XsunX Incorporated, XSNX is their stock symbol. Tom, I love the story. Continue the good work.
Thanks.